What's happening, people? I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Today we're talking about relationships. You may be watching this video feeling like, you know what, I don't know what to do. I'm going to watch this video. Hopefully, I may learn something. Hopefully, I get something from this. I doubt it. But, I don't know what to do. Well, I hope that you get a lot from this video, okay? And that's why I'm making this video. What I want to talk about today is people feeling hopeless. You feeling like no one will ever love me. I go to work every day. I live life every day. I go online and I see people just having an excellent fun time, and I'm not a part of that. And my last relationship wasn't good, or it was okay, but the person just left, or they cheated on me, or I can't find an honest man to save my life. I can't find an honest woman. Maybe the kind of person where you've been tuned into a lot of negative stuff online about men or women, depending on who you are. All right, and now you're starting to feel like, I just can't believe all this. So I got to believe that I can receive what I want, which is to be married, or to have a spouse, have a husband or a wife on one day in my life. All right, you may feel like, well, how can that happen? I haven't seen that reality. I believe and I want it, but I haven't seen that reality. I want you to know that if you can believe it, with the help of God, you can achieve anything. Understand that? But you have to have great faith. You have to have great faith. All right, seriously. And this is not something that's, super big or not like that. When I say you have to have great faith, you should only expect that. Okay. And everything that we do, we have faith. We walk out the door, we have faith that we'll be okay. We apply for different jobs. We start our own businesses. All these things take great faith many times. Okay. They take a leap of faith, and sometimes you have to take a quantum leap. All right. You have to take a huge, big leap. So in the same way with relationships, sometimes we just have to believe and make sure that we have in stone what we want. You can't believe something that you don't even know. You can't believe it. You can't believe in something when you don't know what the something is. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just say I want to be with somebody. That's what I did for some years in my life. I said, I just want to be with somebody. You don't want to be that person that's just with somebody. Trust me, okay? You want to be with the right person. Some people waste years in their life. I'm not trying to be harsh here when I say this, but I just have to say this, and I've done this myself. All right. Sometimes you can waste years in your life simply because you're willing just to settle. All right. And I've seen in my life, for example, I would settle for this type of person, right? And then I would say, you know what? I'm not going to settle for that anymore, but I would still settle for something else. And it was like God would say, well, why don't you just believe for what you really want? You keep on. You'll take this person with 20 problems. All right, and now you realize that's not a good idea. So now you're taking a person with 9 problems, and now you realize that's not a good idea. So now you're taking a person with 8 problems. You understand? All these are problems that will not allow us to come together properly, or will not allow us to mesh, or to ever be married. And God just showed me through the years and through life experiences, I learned that I gotta really home in on what I really want. Okay, I'm sure many of you guys have heard or even experienced situations where people are looking for a house. And they kept on looking, went to a house and they said, you know what, just something not right. And then they waited and they finally found the right house that was perfect for them. Same way with people. Same way, okay? You just gotta be patient. And you gotta talk to folks. That's another thing. You gotta talk to folks. Certain people, there are people that they don't want to talk to people. There are women that don't want to talk to men. There are men that don't want to talk to certain women. And you feel like the person's just gonna come. When God is surrounding you with people who you can talk to, but you don't want to talk to none of them. Okay? And the problem is that many times those people are people that you need, but you don't understand that because you won't talk to them. I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about just literally having a conversation with them. So you don't know what that person really is. I'm going to tell you something that's really, really crazy, right? There are people in this world that are not just what you want or what you've been praying for, but they're far above that. They're actually above what you could have even thought or dreamed of, okay? And they're on this earth waiting for you. But the reality is that many of us, we miss them all the time because we have such a low level of faith, we won't even engage those people. Okay, seriously, we won't even engage those people. And many times I've noticed that there are people that I've seen their attractiveness. I say, okay, this person on a scale of 1 to 10, their attractiveness to me is like a 5 or a 4. And then I've seen them speak or just do certain things, and I said, wow, and their attractiveness just shot up. You ever meet somebody like that before? See somebody like that before? Where you're like, wow. When they open their mouth or just do certain things, you realize, wow, this person has great value for me. Great value for me. You know what I mean? But many times we won't, get out there. We won't do the things that allow us to learn and see. You know, a lot of times people think that dating is supposed to be like a Disney story. You know, the prince just comes in, you know, or whatever. That's not the real world at all. That may happen for certain people. Oh, I met my boo in high school. I met my boo at the job. Okay. When I was in high school, I didn't even go to the high school, they call it the dance, whatever it's called, prom. I didn't even go to that. Because there was not one woman in my school I could date. There was not one woman in my school or teen girl in my school who fit me who I could actually date to take out. Okay. Not one. All the jobs I worked at, I never met a woman at any jobs I worked at that I could actually date. Not one. I met women who were attractive at their jobs. I met women that wouldn't date me at jobs, but me and them, our personalities just didn't match. Okay, we didn't match. So I never dated them. Everyone I've ever dated has not been someone at my job, not been someone at my school, usually not someone at my church. It's usually just not how it happened for me, okay? But I had to find other ways, all right? I had to be wise and smart, okay? And I'm just telling you guys, don't believe the Disney story that's pushed out there. It's just supposed to happen this way. All right. For example, there's a story in the Bible of a man who was older. Okay, and God brought him a woman named Ruth. It's a book in the Bible called Ruth. And this young woman Ruth, she was basically like homeless. All right, she was homeless. Her and her mother-in-law came, and they didn't have really nothing. They were poor. And Ruth approached this older guy who was not married, and God brought about a beautiful marriage through them. Okay. And through them, King David, from the story David and Goliath, came forth, okay, from that. That was a very unexpected turn of events, how that whole thing happened, but it happened that way. That's how God had designed it, you know. But what if the older guy said, oh, well, you know, who's she? Or what if she said, well, look at him, you know what I mean? But, you know, for example, older guy, his name was Boaz, I believe. He looked at this young woman, he saw how she actually was from another country, because the woman, her mother-in-law was Israeli, okay, and she was, I believe, from a country called, she was a Moabitess, they called her, okay, she was a Moabitess, and what happened was she traveled with her mother-in-law back to Israel to basically help her, you know what I mean, even though that it was really nothing her mother-in-law could give her. She came just to support her, and when this man saw that in this young woman, it impressed him so much. He had great honor for her, he had a great view of her, and just, I don't want to just say honor, but he could look at her and say, wow, you know what I mean? There's the word respect. He had great respect for what she was doing, and he could see that. He said, well, I can see what you're doing, because sometimes people need to see inside you to see who you really are. You know, looks come and go. Trust me, okay, looks come and go. Your looks will come and they will go. All right. And I mean, I look good, praise God, thank God. You know, I think I look good, you know, but you know, I have more wrinkles than I had when I was younger. You know what I mean? But hey, you know, looks come and go. You know, I got some gray hairs that I don't like. I have to keep my hair low, all right, because I got a bunch of gray hairs. I had a bunch of gray hairs when I was in my 20s. You know what I mean? I was 20 years old. My body was like, listen, it's time to, we tired of this. We gonna start gray. My all black hairs are, listen, we gonna let the gray hairs come in. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean. Shoot, and I'm not the kind of person who want to dye my hair. So some people like gray hair. I don't know, but I'm just saying to say that, you know, looks are vain. Okay, but understand that you're worth. I'm gonna end the video with this. Okay, you are worth somebody. All right, and not just anybody, but you're worth the person that you want, and I actually believe that you're worth, and I know that you are worth somebody who is above what you want. All right, if you're walking with God, trusting in God, doing the right thing, okay, doing all that you can, just improve on yourself. All right, improve on yourself, and don't settle for nothing less. All right, and if you see opportunity to meet new people, amen, and there's nothing wrong with it, walk through that door. I heard a guy online say one time, he said, if you want to find the right people, go to places where there are people who are doing things that you kind of like, with similar interests. You know what I mean? He said, if there's you know, if you're into like community service or whatever, different things like that, he said, go to places like that, because there may be somebody there, because that type of person, a person that want to help the community and so on and so forth, that's a special type of person. You know what I mean? And you may want that kind of person. So he said, hey, you know, visit places like that, functions like that. Okay? And those are wise words. You know what I mean? Some of us, we feel like things have to happen a certain way. And because of that, we're putting ourselves in a box that we will never find what we're looking for. Till the day we die, we will never find what we're looking for, because our mind is in a box. Okay? But if you want to see that incredible outcome, sometimes you gotta do incredible things. It's just the truth. Sometimes to see incredible things, you gotta do incredible things. All right. I'm not talking about that means as a man you need to become rich to get a woman. I'm not saying that. Or as a woman you need to have a bunch of surgeries to get a woman, to get a man. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that, or you got to be the most beautiful woman in the world. What I'm saying is that you have to sometimes step out of the box that you are in and do things different. For what you're used to doing. All right. Sometimes talk to people that you may not usually talk to. Give someone a chance you maybe wouldn't usually give a chance. All right. And see how things turn out. Some of the best relationships I've ever had were with some women who, when I first looked at them, I wouldn't have thought that they had those qualities. You know what I mean? Seriously. Some of the kindest people I've ever met. Seriously. And I was attracted to them. It wasn't like they weren't attracted to me at all. I just ended up with them. I would never date somebody that I'm not physically attracted to. And I don't think you should either. But at the same time, I was just shocked, like, wow. I didn't see that. And I saw you as one way, but now I see you as another way. So yeah, that's just some of my advice. You know what I mean? Don't settle. If people are telling you no all day long, that's okay. That's all right. Because one lady I heard, she said, there's somebody praying to meet somebody like you, and that's really true. Somebody's praying to meet somebody just like you. You see, all I do is try folks out and play games all day. Or I play video games. Well, there's somebody I'm sure that maybe that likes playing games too. Okay. Or all I like doing is doing woodworking. Well, I'm sure somebody loves doing woodworking too. Okay. I met a girl that said, man, if I had my own house, I would just want to, do woodworking. Okay. There are people like that. There are women like that. All right. There's all kind of people out here in this world. Okay. Sometimes you gotta, explore and see. But you have to understand that this is not the end for you. All right. Don't let the internet and people online tell you that you're never going to meet anybody and this is it. No, it's not it. All right. If anything, just the beginning. Thanks for watching.